Titan has started making arrangements to shift their manufacturing to the UAE in order to avoid high US tariffs. And Titan is not the only Indian company who's doing so. Several Indian companies are planning to set up their manufacturing units in the UAE in order to avoid the tariffs levied by the US on Indian exporters. In fact, the chairman of the Gems and Jewellery Export Council, Mr. Kirit Bansali, has gone on record and said that we will reroute our products through other countries after studying the tariff structures of that country with the US. Dubai is the nearest destination for us and therefore the first preference. But how does this practically work if the goods are being rerouted through the UAE? See, if the goods are exported from the UAE, the tariff rate is only 10%. But if the goods are exported from India, the tariff rate is much higher. So, what if the Indian exporters, they send their goods from India to UAE and then from UAE to US? Would they be able to avoid tariffs in such a scenario? And the answer to this question is yes. This is something which is doable, but isn't easy. Sounds like a loophole? No, this is a perfectly legal strategy. Hi everyone, I am Karan Batra and I've been helping people set up companies in Dubai for more than 14 years now. And in this video, I would be explaining you how some Indian exporters are planning to reroute their shipments through Dubai to avoid the levy of tariffs. I will explain this with the help of an example. Recently, Mr. A from Gujarat contacted me to set up a company in Dubai with the main intent of avoiding the levy of additional tariffs. The name has been changed to maintain the client confidentiality, but the example shared is a true example. So, Mr. A, he wanted to send goods from India to Dubai, and then from Dubai, he wanted to re-export them to the US in order to avoid tariffs. But it ain't easy. US knows that people will try to do this. So, what they check is the country of origin and not the country of dispatch. In this case, the goods originated from India and Dubai was just a port from where the goods were being routed. As the goods still carry the tag of being made in India, Indian tariffs will continue to get applicable. So, the solution to this problem is that you have to get a certificate of origin from the UAE, and to get the benefit of the lower tariffs, the goods shall carry the tagline made in UAE and not made in India. But how do you get that? To get that certificate of origin, the goods should be substantially transformed. Simply the trading of goods through Dubai will not work. There should at least be 40% value addition in the UAE to get the certificate of origin from the UAE. And this will also lead to a change in the HSN code of the product at the 4-digit level. So, you not only need to set up a company in Dubai for this purpose, but you also need to have a processing unit where the goods would undergo a substantial transformation for them to be classified as made in UAE. I understand that this is not at all easy and 90% of the small exporters may not be able to do this. But the big exporters are certainly thinking on these lines in order to avoid hefty tariffs being levied by the US on Indian exporters. The UAE is also encouraging Indian exporters to come to UAE and set up their manufacturing units in the UAE. In fact, they have classified manufacturing as a qualifying activity under the new corporate tax regime, and what this means is that any company manufacturing goods in the UAE would be exempted from the levy of corporate tax in the UAE. This makes it a win-win situation for Indian exporters, as not only are they avoiding the high US tariffs, but also avoiding high income tax in India. And what would be the cost of doing so? Well, if you're setting up a company in Dubai and a manufacturing unit in Dubai, then the cost would be extremely high. So what most businesses do is that they set up their manufacturing units on the outskirts of Dubai, and this could also lead to a manufacturing boom in the UAE which could lead to further increase in the property prices in the UAE. If you found this video useful, do share it with that one friend who is worried about the US tariffs being applicable on Indian exporters. Thank you.